What's up, guys? NJ Slot Guy here. Episode 1 of the podcast that I will be starting and continuing to move forward with in hopes that it becomes absolutely successful. And that's my goal. That's my goal with my channel, too. For all you guys who don't know me or, haven't seen my videos or really watched anything, um, I'm from New Jersey, northern New Jersey. I've been in Atlantic City, guys, since obviously I turned 21. I've been gambling all my life. But it didn't start with slot machines, I tell you that much. So we got some good stories for you here. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to give an outlet, for myself to speak to the subscribers, the fans, and the community. And I'm also trying to provide a platform where maybe I can have, some big time slot channels on here with me. I would like to meet all these people. I would like to do some work with them. I would like to pick their brains a little bit because there's a lot of differences in every state and every casino with the machines and the payback percentages and all the fun stuff. So let's jump right in here. Let me give you a little bit of my background. So like I said, I've been gambling all my life. I've been around it my whole life. From playing cards when I was a little kid to rolling dice in high school to just becoming. I was always big on mathematics. I always took the highest mathematics courses that you could, probability, statistics, all that stuff. It always interested me, and since I was such a big gambler, I wanted to know all of the statistics on roulette and craps and three card poker, Caribbean stud. I wanted to know everything. I wanted to know all the percentages. It always boggled my mind, and I always liked to figure it out. Equations and stuff like that. It was always very interesting to me. But how I became a slot player was, you know, when they started to ban smoking little by little. I'm a smoker, obviously, and they started to ban it over and over so you couldn't even smoke at certain tables. When I first started playing, I used to go down to the Hilton down there. I mean, I used to float around, but my main casino was the Hilton. And the only place you could smoke at one point was in the high limit slot room. And that's where, my parents would float around there every now and then. So, I would go sit with them, have a cigarette, and play slot machines. And I didn't think much of it, but I realized that that's how you earned all your comps and stuff like that when it came to the casino. I would sit there, on a weekend and spend 1,500, 2 grand on a craps table, roulette table, blackjack, and I'm talking about everything combined. And I would barely get anything. And as soon as I started playing some of those high limit slot machines, oh my God, I was getting promotions left and right for rooms and comps and playback and free play and all this stuff. And that was very interesting to me. But obviously, the number one thing that did it to me was my first jackpot. I'll never forget it. It was on a $5 double diamond machine. I don't know if it was double diamond deluxe. It's the one that has the nudges. I call it the nudges. The up or the down arrow, and if they fall up top and it has a down arrow, falls down to the pay line. And I had gotten double diamond red 7 on it, and man, was it awesome. It was an awesome feeling because I've never seen a jackpot before. I've never witnessed a jackpot before, and that was a pretty nice jackpot, actually. I think it was 8,000 was the top, I believe. 3,200, something like that. Was it 3,200 or was it 64? It was one of those. I don't remember. It was, geez, my first jackpot. You think I would remember, right? That was 12 years ago, actually. But as much as that intrigued me, I still kind of stayed away from it because I would go down with my friends. None of my friends play slot machines, so I would play whenever I went with my parents, which wasn't frequent. I mean, at 21 years old, it wasn't like I was making a ton of money or anything. So, I would dabble here and there. But the big turn happened when same scenario happened, except now the Trump Marina became the Golden Nugget down in Atlantic City, and they had a nice high limit room there, and a lot of people that used to work at the Hilton worked at the Golden Nugget. The Hilton went out of business. So a lot of people came over there that knew my parents, that knew me, and they were always floating around the high limit slot room. I started going down with my parents more frequently, which made me start playing slots more frequently. But I still wasn't breaking. I still was doing penny machines and dollar machines and nothing crazy. until I started to play that $10 triple double diamond machine that you see. It's still there from the day I started playing in there until now. And I whacked that thing like 6 times for jackpots. Nothing crazy, but 1,500, 2,400, this and that. And I was like, oh my God, I made more in here in 30 minutes than I did out on the tables for 7 hours. Well, so much for mathematics, probability, and statistics, because that all went out the window. Because obviously, as soon as you start playing slot machines, you're automatically in the house's favor. I mean, there's no doubt about that, guys. There's no winning edge. I don't care what any of these guys say. Please don't listen to anybody in their videos that say there's an easy method and you can hit slot machines. No, I am in IT. Okay, now I'm not technologically, crazy or anything of that sort, but I do know a lot. And I studied slot machines for a while. I would go out of my way to study slot machines. I've taken slot machines apart before. I have read their insides. I've had other people read the insides, and obviously the older machines, because I wasn't able to get my hands on a newer machine. Those things are like $2,500. Um, the sequences and the equations that are involved with hitting a master jackpot on a slot machine is absolutely remarkable. What the odds are. So as soon as you start playing slot machines, like I said, you're already giving to the house. You just have to be in the right place, right time. There's no doubt about it. There's no stopping reels like everybody says. No, I'm going to tell you right now. This is a fact. You guys can argue with me all you want. This is factual evidence. By stopping the sequence, all you're doing is getting the same exact outcome, just faster. You can ask anybody. You can ask professors. You can ask whatever you want. I can't give you sources. That's me doing study and work on my own. I can't really give you a bibliography on how I know that or where I know that from. But every sequence is different. And when you pick those free games and when you stop the reels real quick because you think you're going to get it, if it comes out, it was going to come out anyway. If it doesn't come out, you didn't do anything wrong. You just made it not come out faster. Okay, guys, that's facts. So, I mean, it's fun. Playing slots is extremely fun. I'm not going to lie. A chemical goes off in your brain when there's like a near hit. Double diamond, double diamond, double diamond falls to the bottom. You feel like it's going to hit now. Oh, I saw the double diamonds. It's going to come out. And I've seen people comment on my channel too, like, oh, I saw the triple bars coming out. They were bound to happen. No, 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 no. There is no, it's bound to happen. It's all just random. It's all computer generated. You can never beat a computer, guys. Maybe you could beat it in chess on your laptop, on on the game when you set the difficulty on low, but artificial intelligence and computer generated stuff, it's nothing to mess with, especially when it comes to a casino, guys. I'm only spitting out truth and facts. I will never mislead you guys. I post up every video, that I take. That's good. Obviously I take a ton of videos and I delete some, but those I don't delete them for any reason. There were some winning videos that I had to delete just because I was holding the camera crooked. I didn't sound right. Somebody told me to stop recording, stuff like that. So you guys get unedited videos. I put up my losses as I put up my wins. I know I do play high limit, but it's not like I go nuts, guys. I have to be reasonable. It's very easy to win a $1,200 jackpot and hand it right back when you're playing $10, $25 machines. So, gamble responsibly, obviously. So, how I started my slot channel was I was sitting at home one night with my father, and I was like, hey, Dad, I'm like, what's one machine that you miss or that you like a lot? I said, I want to try something. I never tried it before, and I really never had it up to that point. And, I actually forgot what the hell the machine was that he said, but, I went to YouTube. I'm like, watch this. I guarantee you somebody posted a jackpot on this. So, I went to it, and sure enough, we found something from somebody. And then I'm looking at, like, all the stuff that pops up on the bottom and on the side. And I'm like, what the hell? So, after my father left, I'm like, let me go back to this. And I was just ended up clicking around and watching people gamble on YouTube, on slot machines I love. And I'm like, what? I'm like, this is real? Then I found Brian Christopher. And Brian Christopher, he He pulled me into this like no other, man. Not that I know him on any level. I just mean like watching him and how like he was so enjoyable to watch. Not was he is so enjoyable to watch. He's very fun, and he just has fun no matter what he does, whether he wins, whether he loses. And I mean, granted, he's a lot more on the low limit. He plays some high limit stuff, but he's more on the low limit. But he has so much fun, and that's what like enticed me. I was so like he just like sucked me in, and I ended up watching his videos for like, geez, like an hour and a half. I'm just watching video after video, the group pulls and this and that. And then watching him led me to the big jackpot, Slotman Jack, and East Coast slots, and all these other ones. And I was just blown away by this. And I'm saying to myself, I didn't see a ton of people playing high limit stuff besides the big jackpot. I mean, he's number one, obviously, but I was searching. I was finding myself searching videos for $100 machines, $500 machines, obviously, because that stuff's exciting. And I saw a lot of fake stuff out there, and people saying they can win. Watch this after two spins. Like, come on, man. That's all BS. Guys. I'm gonna tell you right now. As you know, I have my own slot channel. You know how easy it is to put $500 in a machine, record it, it hits nothing, stop the recording, delete it, put another $500 in a machine, start the recording until it hits. Come on. And that's not right, man. That's misleading the public. That's not right. That's not right to do, man. Look, the only person you're cheating in that sense is yourself. I mean, at the end of the day, you're the one that still lost the money by doing that. You still are down money. Why? To satisfy a couple fans, to satisfy people and say, look what I can do. Come on, man. You guys aren't stupid. You don't hit jackpots that quick. I'm not saying I haven't. I have before, but I look at some of my videos. I hit some things on the second spin, third spin, fourth spin. But come on, to have video after video of doing that, no, that's not that's not feasible, guys. I just don't believe that. Um, but anyways, yeah. So I'm watching Brian Christopher and all these guys, and I'm just like, man, you gamble in the high limit room. You play slots in the high limit room. Why don't you give this a shot? So, I did. I went down to Golden Nugget, started recording, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. But the quality of my videos was terrible. And I was like, all right, let me try to learn from my mistakes here. Ended up going to like Sands in Pennsylvania, and I started recording there. That was actually a mistake, believe it or not. Those are some of my first videos. But the machines were so loud there. But I didn't realize it, obviously, until I watched the videos. And I was just like, all right, I'm getting sick of this. I'm posting these videos. Let me see what happens. And sure enough, you guys started going nuts over them. And I just fed off that. And I was like, oh, man, this is great. I go to Atlantic City once a month. Sands is an hour away from me. I can go there during the week. Let's do this. So we started picking up, and we started moving forward. And like I said, it was only an hour away, Sands. So I started going once a week to Sands and recording. And I had some big hits over there. I did very good at Sands. So that gave me a little bit of a bankroll for when I went to Atlantic City, which has the better machines, obviously. There's no doubt about it. And then started recording there, and I ended up getting like 10 videos the first time I went down there. I'll never forget it. 10 good videos. And I just saved them, and I was putting up 2 a week, 3 a week. I was going nuts. And that's it. That's how my channel started. We're sitting at 9,000 subscribers. I mean, over 1 million views. You guys are crazy. I love it. I knew there was people like me out there watching YouTube videos of people playing high-limit slot machines and whatnot. So I found that I definitely found that pretty interesting. Regardless, moving on. The only thing that stinks is YouTube drags their feet with monetization. I didn't realize that, so I was just posting up video after video after video, and not realizing how much money I'm actually losing by doing this and not taking my time. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't been posting as much. I do have the videos. I have a nice backlog of videos actually, but luckily, who I consider a good friend of mine now, East Coast Slots, I've been in touch with him through email, and I was talking to him about monetization, and he said, why don't, calm down a little bit, man. Don't put up as many videos. You're losing out on a lot of money. Like, if YouTube's taking their time, you should take your time, and he made a good point by doing that. So, guys, don't think I disappeared or anything happened. I'm perfectly fine. I'm taking my time and doing that. And now, I have something else to focus on too, which hopefully is successful, is this podcast. So, maybe I could do this once a week along with a video until maybe I get some, money coming in from YouTube and all that stuff gets approved. I mean, YouTube really is dragging their feet here. I know they got to manually review everybody, but I mean, come on, man. I'm doing what everybody else is doing. What's the problem here? I don't even curse in my videos, nothing. It's clean, it's clear cut. I mean, you tell me it's within a month, and it's been 4 months since I hit the mark that I needed to hit. Like, come on. I mean, 4 months. Seriously? Regardless, I was lucky enough to have East Coast Slots to talk to and learn from him. And you know what? I learned a lot just from watching a lot of these guys' channels. East Coast Slots, like I said, Brian Christopher, the Big Jackpot, Slotman Jack, NG Slots. They were very big at watching them. Wait, there's a couple more. Deja Vu Slots. See, I can't even remember. I click around so much, and I'm subscribed to so many people, which is another thing, guys. Listen, you have a slot channel on your own, you're starting it up, put it in my comment section. I don't care. You could feed off me. I don't mind whatsoever. I will absolutely subscribe to your channel. We all should be in this together. This whole community should be in this together. This is a big, big taboo, recording in casinos, and it's still kind of a no-no, because all these people in the higher up positions are older people, 60s and 70s and stuff, 50s. They don't understand this. They don't understand how this stuff works. This is a new revolution that we're starting here, and as people my age, I'm 33 years old, as people my age start taking over those big time jobs, they will be well aware of what sells and what's good for social media. Everything's social media. So you're going to want somebody to come to your casino and post up videos of themselves hitting jackpots. That's how you get an audience. That's how you get more people to your casino. I mean, my generation and younger, nobody goes down there to play slot machines. They go down there to party, if anything. They don't even go to play. They don't even go to gamble. They're down there to throw $100 on roulette and call it a night. They're just there to have fun. Our outreach has to get more and more. Like, it's in Vegas, big time. The recording and stuff. I believe the Cosmopolitan doesn't care if you do. And they will start the trend of all the other casinos following suit. But over here, East Coast, at least, I mean, they look down upon it, man. The Sands, the two Pennsylvania casinos I've been to, the Sands and Mount Airy, they totally wanted nothing to do with me, man. I tried to sell them on this and say, look what I have, look what I can bring, look what I'm doing. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just recording. I even showed them videos, and they said, nope. They took my license. They took a picture of me like I was a friggin' criminal. Like, seriously? I get it. It's still taboo, but with us, we can start this and make this big time and really have something to sell here. So that's what I'm hoping happens from all of this. I'm hoping we all can come together. That's why I don't like I haven't really seen other channels badmouth other channels. I know the Big Jackpot had a problem with somebody, but that's because he's on top. When you're on top, everybody tries to attack you. Brian Christopher said it a couple times too, all the terrible comments he gets, but those are just comments. Nobody should be attacking others. We all should be liking each other's videos, subscribing to others' videos, commenting on each other's videos, meeting up with each other. We all should be doing stuff like that. Absolutely. We need to come together. This isn't a competition. I mean, what's the competition against? YouTube, let's just say, if everybody got enabled for monetization, I mean, who are you racing against besides YouTube? YouTube's the one that pays you. It's not like YouTube's not going to pay you because you're not number one. It pays you per views, per subscribers. So go get those subscribers, go get those views. If we all helped each other out, we would all have, you know what I mean? We would all have great income coming in from YouTube. So that's what we all should be doing, helping hand. Help the other channel, help this channel get off its feet. I saw actually, I want to say last week, where the Big Jackpot took over somebody's channel to get her subscriber. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Everybody should be doing that as much as possible. If I ever run into any of you and you have your own slot channel, I'm at a casino, I will absolutely promote that on my page. I will jump in your video, I will say hello, all this stuff, and I will put that video on my page to get you, more views and stuff like that. I don't mind whatsoever. It's not hurting me at all by doing that. I wish everybody thought like that though. You know, um, that's really, that's really the gist of it all. That's where we need to be as a community and as a slot family. Let's say I have. And let me just shout out to you guys and take a couple minutes on all of you. I have absolutely awesome subscribers. I wish I could list you all, but I'll be going on for an hour. Um, all the people all you guys that comment, if I missed you, I apologize, but I try to respond to every single comment on my page. You're talking over 1 million views. I have responded just about to every single comment. I love it. I love you guys. That's awesome. I'm glad that I'm, blowing up the way I am. This is fun. This is great. You guys keep me going. You guys are the reason I'm doing this. All the nice comments, all the people that reach out to me personally on my Facebook and messaging me, please, you're not bothering me. I promise you that. I love interacting with people. I love having casual conversation with people. I'm not going to be, I'm Mr. Big Shot that has a YouTube channel, so now I'm not going to respond to my loyal subscribers. That'll never happen, guys. I don't care if I had 2 billion subscribers. I will be responding personally. I like that. I like the personal touch because it's gone. In 2018, it's gone. There is no physical contact anymore. Everything is email, text messages, and everybody looking down at their phone like robots. So I like the casual conversation, even through messaging and stuff like that, because you're in another state and I'm over here. But if you ever see me in person, please grab me. I mean, granted, if I'm taking a video for my channel, just leave me alone until I'm done with the video. And, I'll gladly sit down and talk to you. I'll play with you. We pool our money. We have some fun. That's what I'm about. I'm just about having a good time. And, you know, I just, I hope that everybody thinks that way. I only spoke to a couple slot channels personally. I've spoken to Brian Christopher personally. It's funny though. I spoke to Brian Christopher personally before I started all this stuff. I spoke to him on a personal level, just reaching out to him and saying, "Hey man, I love your channel. Your channel's awesome." Asked him a couple questions. He always responded to me, and he's 100,000 subscribers, and I can only imagine how many views. And he took his time out to answer everything I asked him and talk to me. It was pretty cool. I mean, now at this point, I haven't reached out to him. I don't even know if he knows I exist, but that's cool. I've spoken to Slotman Jack, East Coast Slots, Psychic Gambler. I've spoken to all those slot channels in casual conversation, like we're friends, like we know each other. That's awesome. I love that. I'm telling more of you to reach out. So a big question is, what do you do? What is it that you do? So I'm an account manager at an IT company, but the IT company is a good friend of mine, and it's only me and him. We are the only employees there, so we run the whole show. This is something I got into just from, he was struggling, he was by himself, and he liked the way I carried myself. And at the time, I mean, I didn't have anything solid locked down, so I left, I put everything aside, everything I was doing, and I joined him, and I saw the potential there to build his company up. And he's the technological guy, and I'm more of the back end guy. I could do certain things when it comes to IT and computers and stuff, but I'm more of the person that goes out and meets people, talks to them, calms them down if they're pissed off about something, and just dropping in and saying, "Hey, how's everything? Can I help you guys with anything?" Showing up in a suit and tie. I love that stuff. That's old school, so I love that. Taking clients out to lunch, stuff like that. I love it. So yes, that is what I do. I also am very, very involved with the stock market. When I say involved, I mean by myself. I do not use a stockbroker. I don't believe in that. I have read everything under the sun. I have studied everything under the sun. I told you I like probability statistics, stuff like that, and the stock market was just something that always grabbed me from when I was a young boy. I just never put my mind to it and never went forward with it because I love how I'm going to say back in my day right now, but back in my day, when I was graduating high school, working was the thing to do, not going to college. So immediately after, actually during high school, I was working, and then after that, went right into working because money was money. Wasn't thinking about school, wasn't thinking about college. I was a big football player, and I wanted to do Division I football, but I didn't cut it in that sense. So kind of gave up on that and just focused on working and making money. I love the money, so When I started to understand the stock market a little bit more, I started dipping into it a little bit more. I would take, not, I mean, this isn't a lot, but I would take 10, $20, throw it into an account, save it for the stock market, 10, $20, and that's it over time. And I built it up over time. And when I finally had enough, I really started buying things. And I started buying different stocks and all that other stuff. Then I started learning, PE ratios and all kind of stuff I'm not going to say because I don't want to confuse anybody, but very involved in the stock market. I love it, love it, love it very much. I day trade consistently, I mean, while I'm at work too, if I'm not busy, that's what I'm doing. And then during the nighttime, I'm editing videos, I'm putting videos up. Now I'm going to be doing this. I'm checking on some stuff for work, and I'm checking on earnings reports and quarterly reports and different things upcoming for certain companies and stuff. There's so many things involved with the stock market, but it's such interesting stuff. Granted, the stock market is taking a terrible downfall right now, but like with anything, it will bounce back. I can promise you guys that. It always does. If you check the statistics, which is, like I said, I love, all it does is grow and grow and grow and grow and get better and better and better. Luckily, I'm on the IT side of things, so I know how things work with TVs and streaming companies like Netflix and stuff like that. So I know all the stuff and problems that they're dealing with, and when they have new updates and stuff coming out, I'm saying, "Ooh, they're going to be releasing this, 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 and this. Maybe I should jump in on some more Netflix and see how it goes." And most of the time, it's good, but sometimes you make a wrong pick, and it is what it is. I don't mind giving people advice for the stock market whatsoever. I was thinking about becoming a consultant or a broker myself, not realizing how much stuff goes into it, but I would love to have my own personal firm or something where I, give people stock advice and stuff like that, and maybe have another side hustle. I'm a hustler, so I don't mind having yet another job and another thing that interests me and another thing to work on. So just a little bit more of my background. So, because I know everybody asks in the comments, what do you do? I know sometimes it's sarcastic. I know sometimes it's not. I know sometimes people are just being jerks, which happens a lot, but I don't really care. So I love it actually. If you see some of the bad comments that are left on my page, I thank them for commenting and stuff because I know that burns them more than it burns me. Whatever. I have more people that like my page and comment and subscribe than I do haters. There's haters everywhere, man. No matter what you do, and I don't care. It ain't gonna stop me. You can come up to my face and tell me you don't like me. I don't really give a flying F what you think. So. That doesn't really affect me. I love people. I love talking to people. I don't mind, at least nice people, but don't disrespect me. I don't disrespect anybody by putting up these videos. I don't claim to be something I'm not. I don't claim to know the trick. Yes, I know sometimes people see you gambling with a ton of money and whatnot, and they start to think and they start to hate on you because of that. Like, man, listen, it's my money. It's my money. I can do with it what I please. If I want to go gamble all my money away, who the hell are you to tell me different? You could tell me to be careful. That I would appreciate, but don't tell me, you know what I mean, this or that. So, whatever. Thank you to the good people, actually. So, something else that I want to touch base on before I'll close up this podcast. I'm not going to do them too long, guys. I'll do half hour, 45 minutes, an hour. I won't have anything consistent. I'll just, when something's on my mind, I'll make a podcast, and that's it. I'll make sure it's at least 30 minutes, though. You guys can listen to it on your ride to work, when you're having coffee, breakfast in the morning, at night, if you can't sleep. That's all. That's all I'm going to provide, a little outlet for you guys to listen, and hopefully I make some good points and maybe help some people out that didn't know certain things. But if it's one thing I do know about, it's taxes. Now, let me break down some taxes for you guys. This is how I play. In the beginning of the year, in the first 6 months of the year. Now, remember, taxes are done, in March or whenever the hell you do them, but the year ends 12/31. So let's go from 1/1 to 12/31. In the first half of the year, I don't get any taxes taken out of anything. Unless it's huge. And when I mean huge, I mean 20,000. First half of the year, I don't get any taxes taken out. And the reason I do that is because I hit so many jackpots, frequently. So, let's just round up numbers. If I hit 100 jackpots in a year, that's great. But let's just say they're all for 1,200. 100 jackpots, 1,200. Okay, as you guys know, that's $120,000. But come on, we're not stupid here. I don't bring home $120,000. It takes a lot to get from 1,200 to 1,200 to 1,200 to 1,200, just in that example. all the variables in place. So what I do is for the first half, I don't pay any taxes. Then as the second half of the year comes, I start to pay taxes a little bit more on my wins. Then I'll lower my number to 5,000 or more because I start to give back to the state a little bit. Because no matter what, if you hit 5 jackpots for 2,000 a pop and you lose all that $10,000, you're still paying taxes on that at the end of the year. So you need to be very careful if you're a high limit slot player and you're getting a ton of jackpots. I mean, you need to be careful. Granted, you write off your losses too, of course, but you still got to pay taxes on those wins. So what I try to do is I try to get ahead of the game. I look at it as a savings account. So if in the second half of the year I hit 10 jackpots for 5,000 each, I get taxes taken out of them, 30%. Pretty sure that's what it is, 30%. It's 30% of 5,000 is 1,500. If I hit 10 jackpots, that's $15,000 I gave to the state already. So at the end of the year, if I'm in a plus, I'm not going to have to pay as much or even at all or even get back a nice refund from them because I did that. And this is a smart equation to think about here. So let's say you have, you bring $100 with you to the casino. We're just going to make it simple. You have $100. You put it into whatever machine, and you hit for $5,000. If you don't do anything, you get the $5,000 payout. Now you have $5,000 to play with, and most of the time, and this is just truth because of the edge, you end up giving some of that back, or let's just say all of it, just to make the equation even better. You end up losing it, zero. Now you still have that jackpot that you have to pay taxes on. Granted, that has to go with, your W-2s and stuff from work and whatever else you're involved with, but just to make everything simple, let's just say that's it. That's your income, you do that. So you would have to pay on that pending your total, win-loss on the year, So what I do is, say I bring $100, I hit for $5,000, I pay the taxes on it immediately. Let's just round off to 30%. That's $1,500, and I end up with $3,500. So let's say I spend that $3,500 like an idiot, and now I have nothing. At least I already took care of the state. I already took care of that. I already took care of that jackpot. And if you did that, let's just say with all your jackpots, you would be getting a nice chunk back at the end of the year because you already took care of them when this first happened. It's in my opinion, it is better to do it that way because instead of handing it right back to the casino, over time, it doesn't have to be that actual trip. Over time, you hand it back. Come on, let's be honest. It's very hard to stay in the positive, especially if you consistently play slots. I already took care of the state there, so be it, and I don't give it back to the casino. It's just a better option to do. Like I said, I'm very interested in, the taxes and everything else and investments. I'm very big on that stuff. So I look at it as almost an investment. I'm not spending that money at the casino. I'm putting it away and I'm taking care of the state already with it. It's kind of like my little bank. Because I go now, especially I go so frequently, you got to stay ahead of the game, and that's a good way to stay ahead of it, in my opinion. So that that brings me on to my next subject, which is you can't put down that you're a slot player as a profession. Let's just say I did this. Let's say I did this and I never got monetized, and I just did this for entertainment and put it up on the on YouTube and all that. I can't put this down as my profession. I need to have something else because it's such an impossible feat that nobody believes that okay, you're just a slot player. That's what you can do. I mean, some of my win-loss statements from some casinos are really ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm talking about in the positive, where at this casino I'm plus 46,000 on the year. That's somebody's salary. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. But I still couldn't put down, hey, yeah, I'm doing this for a living because it's just not. It's not feasible, man. It doesn't work. Trust me. And that's not an opinion. That's from professional CPAs, multiples, because I've spoke to them about this once I started getting involved. So the only thing you can do is once you get monetized then you can say, this is what I do for a living. I post slot machine videos on YouTube. So you're officially a YouTube creator, I guess would be your profession. So that's the road that you would have to go down. And it makes it a little bit more difficult when it comes to the end of the year and stuff like that, because the IRS has wonderful questions for you if something doesn't look right. Well, where did you get this money from to gamble and this and that? And you have to have a trace and a track of things, man. Listen, 2018, they treat you like a criminal. Like you can't pay for stuff in cash anymore. You can only use credit cards. Everything is tracked. You know, it's really a shame that we have to live like that. Like everybody should be able to do whatever it is they want to do. I mean, as long as you're not doing anything illegal, then you shouldn't have anything to worry about. But I mean, geez, when the process that I went through and buying a home, it was like, what the hell? They treated me like I was, somebody that's never been in this country. It was absolutely crazy. The process took 6 months to buy my house with all the paperwork and the bank statements and this and that. Then I had to redo the bank statements because they wanted to double check on stuff because of, stuff through PayPal and whatnot. Like, I'm in, a ton of fantasy football leagues, stuff like that. I touch on, sometimes I touch on DraftKings and stuff. I'm very interested, when it comes into football season. So, a lot of that stuff is handled through PayPal, Venmo, stuff like that. And they wanted to, double check, oh, where did this come from? Where did this come from? And I had to officially lay out, oh, well, I won a couple fantasy football leagues, some big money in that. And that's obviously all cash or it's PayPal, Venmo. Oh my God. It was just absolutely insane. Like, leave me the hell alone, man. I've been I've done anything wrong my whole life here. And, you're putting me against the wall. Like, geez, I'm just trying to buy a home here and start my family and start my life. But anyway, I don't want to go off on a tangent on that. So, absolute last thing that I want to touch base on for episode 1 is jackpot, the vernacular for jackpot. So a lot of people that watch these videos, and even in person, I spoke to some of the high limit players that I spoke to. If you're playing $50 a play, $100 a play, and you hit a $1,200 jackpot, like, people don't consider that a jackpot. Well, sorry, idiots, but it's a jackpot. It's a hand pay. It's a verification. It's a W-2, all that stuff. And it's like, mind the vernacular. But that's what a jackpot is. Am I proud of hitting a $1,200 jackpot when I'm, playing $100 a pop, or $50 a pop? No, I'm not, But it's better than losing the $50 or $100. I can't control what comes out. It's not clickbait. It's officially a jackpot. So if I hit that and put it up, I'm going to put jackpot hand pay on triple, double, diamond machine, whatever it is. I mean, personally, I consider anything from 80 times to 100 times your bet to be a good jackpot, or up. Like that's the minimum for me. Like, you're playing $10. Actually, no. I go by how much the bet is. Some people go by how much the machine is. So if they hit for $1,600 on a $10 machine, they count that as 160 times. I count it as 80 times because you're doing $20 a bet. So I consider that good. That's actually, let's just, to be simple, triple double diamond machine, $10 banger. Red sevens is 1,600. So that's 80 times your bet. I consider that to be the, okay, let's get this started now. So if you're doing $50 a bet, you hit for 80 times, that's $4,000 a bet. That's actually mixed sevens on a triple double diamond $25 machine. That's a good hit. I consider that a good hit. All right, let's go, let's get it started. But if I'm doing $50, $100 a bet, $100 machine, I hit for, $1,200, I'm like, okay, it's better than losing it, but, let's try not to lose this back. Because on a $50 machine or a $100 machine, if you do, let's just say on the $100 machine, you hit a $1,200 jackpot, you can hand that back. $100 a spin, it's 12 spins. That could be gone in 12 spins. I've been there before. And with the $50 machine, it's 24 spins. Been there before. Chasing a double top dollar wouldn't come out, So you got to be very, very careful, in what you consider a good hit and what to start off at. Try not to go up. Try to go down. I do. Sometimes I get a little nuts. If I hit a jackpot and then I go to another machine while I'm waiting, I play. A couple spins in, I hit another jackpot. I don't start going higher. I see a lot of people do that. I've done it before too. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm hitting on the $10 machines. Let me go to the $25 machines. And that's how you lose that jackpot right back, because now you're doing $50 to spin. So I either stay where I'm at or I go down a notch. So if I hit on a $25 machine, I go down to the $10 machines now and play those. If I go on a $10 machine, now maybe I'll lower it. I'll play some Buffalo for $5 a spin, or a $5 denomination machine, or a Wheel of Fortune $5 machine, just so my money lasts a little bit longer. Because you know how these things are, and you can hand those right back. So that's just some tips that I do. You don't have to. Just my opinion on being around the casino and what I've been through and stuff like that. So just a little. If you're looking for some options on, I wonder what the best theory is. I wonder what NJ Slot Guy does. That's it. That's exactly what I do. Yes, sometimes I do get a little crazy. If I'm hitting jackpot after jackpot after jackpot, then I'll bounce around with a $25 machine. I'll put a couple in the $100 Wheel of Fortune, try to get that spin. You know what I mean? Sometimes. But, for the most part, especially like I said while doing this, because I'm getting more videos and I'm recording more and spending more, I try to revert back down. So, yeah, that's it. That's what I do. So, we touched base on a lot of things today, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. And, thanks for listening. I hope you guys liked it. I'm sure I made a ton of mistakes, and that's fine. I'm going to learn from that, just like I did when I was first posting videos. So, I'll listen to it. I'll edit it. Maybe not edit it. I don't know. I'm a big unedited guy. I like to just put things up raw and uncut, because that shows the real you, man. That shows you who you are. If you say in every other sentence, that's it. That's who you are. I say it a lot. I try not to, but I say it a lot. I say a lot of things that, it might not be good radio, but we're gonna see. We'll see how you guys react. What I want you guys to do is, in the comment section, give me some stuff to talk about on some upcoming episodes. I would love to hear your guys' opinion. What do you want me to touch base on? What do you want me to talk about? What do you want me to look into? I'll look into some stuff maybe and find out some information on some things. I don't mind. I like this. I do this for you guys. That's what I say. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Because, like I've said before, you guys are the ones that keep me going. All your cool comments, all the subscribers that started flying in, and people talking to me, messaging me, that keeps me going. So I do this for you guys. I put up there, I said, what do you guys think about me doing a podcast? You guys went nuts for it. So that's what I'm going to do. And hopefully I hold up my end, for you guys, and I give you guys something good to listen to, driving to work, having your cup of coffee, whatever it is, taking a time out, just hanging out. You want to hear somebody talk about some things, something you're interested in. That's what I'm going to provide. So in the comment section, please, or hit me up on Facebook, message me, give me some ideas. I'll throw out some things. We could talk about them. I'll give you some more things I do in the casino, how I take my trips, what I take my trips, where I go, whatever. So we'll touch base on that on some upcoming episodes. So please feel free. Thank you guys very much for listening. I do appreciate it. And we'll have another one for you in a week or so. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.